is Sean Wilner's one-person show, written, directed, and acted by Sean on Andre Agassi.
He did it. Andre Agassi has won the 1995 Australian Open. This day surely marks the creation of a tennis superstar. Amazing! Andre Agassi wins the 1996 Wimbledon Championship. What an amazing shot. Andre Agassi continues his winning streak and wins the 1997 US Open.
Philly? God, what's happening? Andre, thank God you're all right. Listen, I dropped by your house last night and found you unconscious on the floor. I got you to the hospital as soon as I could. Okay, Andre, I do not care how long the story is. They found significant traces of alcohol and cocaine in your blood. Yeah, I know. I guess it all relates back to Dad. Okay, well, he's made all of my decisions for me. You remember you started us both on tennis at age 5, and well, then you shipped me off to some kind of tennis academy where I lost my entire adolescence. And well, now here I am, some kind of fraud tennis player with no love for what he does and no motivation to keep on playing or do anything. Philly, I'm living someone else's life. It's gotten to the point where I don't even know who I am anymore. And that's why I drank. It gave me a way out. Well, I mean, for one thing, it certainly wasn't something Dad was about to tell me to do, and that when I actually got wasted, all my problems just seemed to fade away. For even just a second, I was content. And then the booze, the drugs, they wear off, and well, my problems would still be there, so I just got wasted again and again and again until we ended up here. Yeah, I know, Philly. If I don't agree to come back and start playing tennis again, then Dad's just gonna march in here and scream at me until I change my mind. Yeah, I'll see you soon.
Puppet strings that tug, puppet strings that pull. These puppet strings rule my life. These puppet strings control.
Hey, you're Andre Agassi, aren't you?
Yeah? Well, what's it to you?
Oh, I saw you playing a match on TV like a week ago. You got your butt kicked.
Well, yeah, that would be true.
So, what are you here for?
Let's just say I've had some health issues.
You know, you seemed really out of shape during your last match.
Like I said, health issues. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be in school or something?
School? I haven't gone to school since I was 15. I'm 17 now, and they caught me selling coke. When they tested me, I still had some in my system from earlier that day, and now I'm here in rehab. The child service people won't let me leave.
Why would you do that to yourself? I mean, out of all the things you could have done, you chose to drop out of school and sell coke? I mean, couldn't you have at least gotten a real job or something?
A real job? They don't give very many of those to people who didn't graduate high school. For people like me, it's just a way to get by. It's really the only option I have. Well, anyways, I think I'd better get back to my room. We're not supposed to be talking to you on account of your weakened condition.
Really? Okay, well, but you keep your TV tuned to the tennis channel. We'll see if I'm still getting my butt kicked in a few months. All right, Andre. Here's the deal. I don't want to know what was going on during those 4 days you spent in the hospital.
I don't want to know why you're gorging yourself with those drugs and all that alcohol. I do not want to hear the words drugs, alcohol, or hospital at any point during our future interactions. The point is, you're back now, and we need to get you back into professional tennis-playing condition. I've devised a series of drills in order to attain this goal. The goal is to have you back playing again at a professional level within 6 months. We're going to start now with 2 hours on the ball machine. No buts, Andre. I'm sick and tired of the buts and excuses. If you want to get anywhere with your life, you have to work for it. Now let's go. Fine. Come on, Andre. You haven't hit this poorly since you were 5 years old.
Hey, Philly, are you coming in for lunch soon? You've been hitting in the ball machine for hours and I'm bored.
Sorry, Andre, I can't. If I actually want to get anywhere with my tennis, then, well, I need to get a move on.
Okay, well, if you can't come in, can you at least show me how to play? Awesome. Okay. So, forehand. And backhand. I got it. Okay. Yeah, just feed me some balls. Yeah. Just feed me another one. Yeah. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Yeah. I'm getting the hang of this. Yeah. Philly, this is fun. We should do this more often.
Hey, Billy, get back to work. I go away for 1 second and you're fooling around? You kids have no respect for your fathers anymore. What do you think you're... Andre? Billy, you're dismissed for the day. We'll resume practice tomorrow. Andre, I'm going to start the ball machine. Hit some forehands. Okay, that wasn't bad. Now another. Swing up. Come on, move your feet.
I'm trying.
Good God, Andre, hit harder. Harder.
I'm trying, Dad. I'm trying.
Andre, lesson 1 of tennis. Never miss into the net. Swing up. Hit harder. Oh, you're gonna blow Philly out of the water. I used to have hope for him, but since his injury, he's just another disappointment. You'll be different though. You're gonna go pro. We'll get you on a ball machine regimen. By the time I'm done with you, you'll be the perfect tennis player. And it's only fitting that my son be the perfect player of the perfect game. Andre, tennis is a game of life. Just like life, a single point in a tennis match can just drastically affect a game, set, match, tournament, or even an entire career. Everything fits neatly together like a puzzle. It's poetic. It's beautiful. You should be proud to be a part of it. Now, get back to the baseline. We have a lot of work to do.
Dad, we got all today. Fine, Andre. But tomorrow, we're doing double that plus cardio work. Remember, the goal is to have you playing professional tennis again within 6 months. I'll see you tomorrow.
Fine. I'll see you then.
Okay, Andre. Today, we're doing a combination of cardio, tennis, and strength training drills. We're gonna start with cardio. That means ladder drills. I want you to focus on keeping high knees and a fast pace. All right.
Higher, Andre, higher. Don't lose pace. Brush the ball, Andre. Cross court, for God's sakes, Andre! Never hit a ball into the net. I wouldn't ask so much of you if I didn't think you were capable of doing better. God, Andre, what have you been doing to your body? You're weak. You can't even do a real push-up. Get down beyond 90 degrees and keep a flat back. Okay, that's enough. I think we're done for today. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Puppet strings so poised. Puppet strings that tangle. Cutting off my oxygen. These puppet strings strangle.
All right, Andre. This kid is 10 years old, so he's about your age. So, this time, age is no excuse for losing. I don't care what the rankings say, you're just as good as he is. As long as you keep topspin, you'll be fine. It's time to get out there. Good luck. Thanks, Dad. First serve. Andre. God, he's hurt. Okay, Andre, I'm coming.
Excuse me, sir. You are not allowed to enter the court.
Excuse me, my son is injured on that court.
Sir, according to tournament regulations, coaches are not allowed on the court with their athletes at any time. If you step on the court, you will have forfeited this match.
Okay, to hell with the match. Just get out of my way. Andre, are you okay? I'm gonna take a look at your wrist. God, you've done a number on it. Okay, I'm gonna take you to the car. We're going to the hospital. Don't worry about the match, Andre. Let's just get you feeling better again. Philly, I cannot take this anymore. Dad had me hitting out there for 4 hours in the 90-degree Vegas heat. That is not normal activity for a 14-year-old. You know, I had it that way too. I had it rough, just like you did. Ugh, Philly. I hate this sport so much. I hate everything about it. Maybe I should just tell Dad that I'm done and call it quits. No. You can't do that. We both know what he would do to you. To us, if he even suggested such a thing. I mean, he still hasn't accepted the fact that I'm not going pro and, well, I had an injury. Look, Andre, I know it's hard, but, you know, in his own way, this is just Dad trying to show you love. Okay, so to him, tennis and happiness are one and the same. So when he's out there drilling you with tennis, he's just trying to share his happiness with you. Ugh, well, he's done one hell of a job. I remember when I was just a toddler, he used to strap ping pong paddles to my hands and just tell me to run around the house and hit anything I wanted. Mom would get so mad whenever I hit one of her lamps. Dad never cared. Even back then, it was all about the tennis. Even back then, he had my life planned out to a science. You know, Andre, things were very different where Dad grew up in Iran. You know, there, if you didn't show enormous potential as a kid, you had no chance in life. I mean, if Dad hadn't shown such enormous talent as a boxer as a kid, he never would have even been considered for the Iranian Olympic team. And, you know, he started boxing at age 5, just like we started playing tennis at age 5. So really what he's doing, he's
pushing us to be successful now so we can be successful later. Okay, well, Andre, you certainly don't have to like what he's doing, but it's important to understand why he's doing it. He's trying to create a better future for us. Okay, look, Andre, these are the cards you were dealt. You're not going to get a new father, so I suggest you stop moping around and maybe you start finding some happiness in the situation you're in. Just hang in there, Andre. It'll be okay.
How I wish I could stand for myself. The weight on my shoulders pushes me down. How I wish I could live free. But to these strings I am bound.
Hey, Philly. Yeah, I did want to talk to you. Okay, so, as you know, I've made a lot of money over the last few years. Between tournament prize winnings and that Nike sponsorship, I'm basically set to go for life. But actually, I have a lot of money left over, and I'm looking for something meaningful to do. Okay, well, you remember how Dad pulled me out of school freshman year, right? Okay, well, at the time I was thrilled to drop out. I hated school, but in hindsight, you know, when Dad pulled me out, he took away every opportunity I'd ever had to do something besides tennis. He sealed my fate that day. And it's not just me, you know? I met this kid in the hospital, and he was from a poor area of Las Vegas, and he dropped out of school when he was a freshman. Once he was on the streets, he felt like he had no choice but to start dealing drugs. And, well, he got caught, and now he's in the hospital. He's probably going to jail after. Think of what a high school diploma could have done for him. It would have changed his life. It would have given him choice in how his life played out. I think all kids deserve a choice in how their lives play out. Okay, well, what if we started a school right in the slums of Las Vegas where kids have the least opportunity of all? It'd be top of the line, and its goal would be to get kids through high school and into college.
That sounds like an interesting idea. I think we'd have to do a lot of research into the logistics and the fundraising and the school opening and all that, but I mean, that's doable. I think the most important part to our potential success, though, is your public image. You know, every time someone sees you on TV, they should think of your school. And so it's so important that you get your tennis game, your level of play, back to a place where you're getting constant TV time. That's pivotal to our success.
Really? Wow. Okay, well, I'd better get to the gym. I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Hit harder, not into the net. God, you're pitiful. Hit the ball over the freaking net.
You know what, Dad? I'm done with you. I don't need you to push me around or bully me anymore. I have my own reasons to play now. I'm gonna go out there and I'm going to win a grand slam on my own
What?
without you.
After all I've done for you, you're kicking me out?
After all you've done for me? Yuki, what have you done for me, Dad? You've given me a life I never wanted. You forced me into tennis, made me miserable. Yeah, I am kicking you out.
You don't have the mental strength to win it by yourself. You need me to push you along.
I didn't used to have it, but now I do. Now I'm playing for my school, for the future kids in my school, not out of some kind of misguided fear of you. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna win a grand slam for my own reasons.
Fine. I'll leave. But I'll be right back here, waiting for you when you come back to reality.
I'll see you around, Dad.
this is gonna have to go with him.
Puppet strings that cut me. Or they make me go insane. I've cut them now. And my snapping sound. Free calls my name.
I'm free! Oh, Philly. I can't believe this. They expect me to play a match in the US Open in front of hundreds of people on live television. I've got this headache, it won't go away. Well, Andre, that's withdrawal for you. I don't know, maybe, I mean, if you really have to, you can drop out here and just start in a couple months at the French Open. I mean, your school could wait until then. Okay, Andre, I know this is important to you. Your match is in a half an hour, you better get to the courts. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you after the match.
Hello and welcome to ESPN's national coverage of the 1998 US Open. We've got quite a first round match for you today with Andre Agassi taking on Nicholas Nolte. This is the first time we've seen Agassi at a major tournament in a while, so this match will be a big test for him to see what kind of shape he's in. And it may not have been pretty, but Agassi has scraped his way through his first round match.
Oh, Philly, this headache is just even worse. Ugh. I have another match in 45 minutes. No, Philly, I can't drop out. Every point, game, set, match, and tournaments goes towards my school. I have to go out there and try. Yeah, I'll see you after the match.
And Agassi is walking onto the court, ready to confront his second round opponent, Axel Pretsch. Frankly, Agassi looks a little ill, so we'll see how this match plays out for him. And an ugly start for Agassi as he loses his first set without much resistance. Really had to work for that one. Agassi manages to get a victory and move on to the next round.
Oh, Philly, this stomachache is not good timing for me. I've got a final and a grand slam in half an hour. Is there anything we can do to alleviate some of the pain? I don't know, Andre. I can get you some ginger ale or something. I don't know, look, Andre. You got to the final. That's good. We can work with that. If you're in too much pain, it's fine to drop out now. Really, I can't. Just think of what winning a Grand Slam would do for the school. The prize earnings from the US Open alone would fund an entire wing, the building. And then the money that would flow in as a result of my winning in my public and the publicity would make a huge difference. I have to at least try. Yeah, thanks.
have quite a match ahead of us, and here they come, the two finalists of the 1999 U.S. Open, Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras. Now, there's quite a history between these two players, a rivalry going all the way back to the beginning of their pro careers. Yet, Sampras has consistently come out on top, winning 2/3 of their matchups. With Agassi struggling to get through all his matches so far, most analysts are projecting that trend to continue. And Sampras is off to a strong start, and that shot just gave him the first set.
Come on!
And now, after having clawed back to make his match a 5-setter, Andre Agassi has a championship point. Here's the serve. An amazing comeback that Agassi takes in the U.S. Open. I don't think anyone could have seen this coming, and what a moment this must be for Andre Agassi, having come back to win a championship after almost everyone considered his career done. Mr. Agassi, is there anything you would like to say to your audience?
Well, I'd like to start by thanking all of my supporters for coming out. You guys really make this a worthwhile experience for me. But really, I'd like to thank the future students of Agassi College Prep Academy, opening next September. You guys have really been my inspiration, and I know I definitely would not be standing here, winner of the U.S. Open, without you. So thank you.
Andre, just a short while ago, many people considered your career over. So, having won the U.S. Open, are you considering retiring while you're at your best?
You know, I've considered retiring a lot over the last few years, and I have come really close. But I think after this, I can assure you that I'm going to be around the game for a long time to come. Thank you. Thank you. Dad? Like 5 sets to win that match. You could have done it in 4. Oh, Andre, come back. I'm proud of you.
And now, graduates, I present to you the founder of Agassi Preparatory Academy, Mr. Andre Agassi.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, first I'd like to start off by congratulating all of you on your graduation from Agassi Prep Academy. You know, here you've been taught by top-of-the-line professors, all of who have guided you towards finding your own interests that match your hobbies and your personalities. And, well, I think I speak for all of the faculty when I say that I hope you continue this quest for self-exploration and self-discovery as you continue to your life beyond high school. You know, this next part of my speech is really a thank you. Yesterday I was walking down the junior class hallway when one of your classmates stopped me and told me that he had been inspired by me, he'd seen me on TV and he'd been inspired to continue in his athletic and academic pursuits by that. Well, to him and to all of you, I'd like to say that you all are my inspiration. I definitely would not be as happy or successful as I am right now if not for you, you know? I almost gave up. I almost quit, but you guys gave me the fuel to keep going. So thank you. I cannot wait to see what comes next for you and, by extension, for me. Thank you. Puppet strings that cut me. They make me go insane. I'll cut them now! And with a snapping sound, freedom calls my name.
the dad was one of the hardest parts of this show because, you know, originally when I was here writing this, it came off as the dad was just this terrible, awful monster. But you know, like from the dad's point of view, he's doing what's best for his children, and so a big part of figuring out, you know, why he thought that, and you know, his motivations was looking at his background. He was, as I mentioned in the show, he was from Iran, and you know, the culture there for raising children and that sort of thing is different than it is here. And so I was able to, I got some help from my outside eyes on that, and I actually, I found out like really late into the process that the dad had wrote a book from his perspective. My dad read the first chapter, and that was all the time I had, but I'm gonna read it after. But even just the one chapter, he basically said like, you know, did I ruin my kids' childhoods? Yes. Do I regret it? No. They're successful. So like, no, he was a person who had a very clear-cut point of view and very clear desires, and you know, he was going to do what it took to achieve those desires, and the desire was happiness for his kids in the long run.
That was a really cool, like the puppet thing was really cool. Like that idea of that, where did you find that?
I think you know, how we do this in class is that you know, we do a 5-minute run and then a 15 and a 30, and I think when do you start getting abstraction ideas? 30 or 15? 15. So during my 15 minutes run, one of my classmates gave me all your classmates write notes and then give you a giant stack of paper. So you go through all those notes and that idea was in there, and I liked it. There were some other really cool ideas, like, you know, what if you just tore the strings out of the racket? It's a cool idea. Yeah. So I did the puppet work. It worked out pretty well. I got help from Charlotte with movement because I do not know how to move my body. So
So are these one-person shows?
no, they are 25-person shows, or also 4-person shows, because my lovely outside eyes up there did a lot to make this a reality. And like, you know, this show would not have happened, definitely would not have happened without them, definitely would not have happened without the collaboration of everyone else. So, you know, it's a big process that culminates in one person doing all this stuff on stage.
Are there any points in Andre's life where you think that he kind of connects with your Longview character?
Oh my god, yeah, I chose...
With Fox, especially doing the voiceovers?
Oh man, I didn't think about that. No, but I actually did, you know, I chose Andre over the summer, and then I got here, and Miss Cabby casted me as Peter in the Longview. Peter is this kind of this kid who gets pushed around by a big bully named Travis. And you know, Peter's life is defined by his struggle to take control of his life. And to make choices for himself. Funnily enough, that's exactly what Andre does. It was complete. I think, well, probably Miss Cabby knows me, so she knows me. So, so like she knew, you know, I connect a lot with Andre and some of the themes in Andre's life, and I think she recognized, you know, the things that I connect with and put me in with a character that corresponded with those things in the Longview. So, like I realized partway through, this is like the same person. So it was.
If you could include more things in your show, what would you like to include?
Oh man, you know, there is this, I was so upset about how much I had to cut. You know, originally I had like, you know, it's got like 2 wives and 4 coaches, and it's gonna end like, you know, the descent into drugs and then the you know, coming out of the drugs. But you know, now we ended up, you know, combining all the coaches into the dad. He wasn't even his coach after he was a kid, and then no wives at all. So I think what I would add in, there's this guy named Gil in Andre's life, who's a really, I love Gil. He is Andre's trainer, so he like, you know, helped him get all buff and stuff. And so Gil was this, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger style, like huge buff dude. And like Andre, like the first time he was going into meet him, he practically ran the opposite direction because he looked so scary. But then he got there, and Gil is like this huge softie, who like basically became a father figure for Andre, and he's one of my favorite, you know, figures of Andre's life. I was set on including him especially because characterization for Gil would have been really funny.
Fox.
How are you different as a result of doing this, and do you think of your father differently?
Well, my dad,
right there, is a really cool guy and in no way, any way, like Andre's dad at all. So, like, I love my dad. Okay. Yeah, and so, like, if anything, it's made me appreciate the circumstance that I'm in because, you know, I have, you know, a stable household. It's nice. How have I changed? I think, you know, doing the one-person shows gives me a lot more, you know, a lot of confidence because I remember, you know, freshman year I thought I was not going to be able to do this. It was terrifying. I was going to drop out after theater 3, but I mean, I eventually became hooked after theater 2. But just the fact that I was able to come out here and do this, really, it's going to serve me well, you know, in terms of, you know, thinking, in terms of, you know, being able to, you know, set my goals as high as I want and knowing that I can achieve them, because it's just like a big deal. So it's definitely helped me increase my self-esteem.
So how long has it taken you to do
4 years. 4 years, because we learn all of this stuff throughout, like, theater 1 to theater 3, which is freshman through junior year. And then senior year, you learn playwriting, and then you write your show. But, like, I couldn't have done this if I hadn't gone through theater 1, 2, or 3. Why Andre? So the original thing I was looking for, when I was looking for characters originally, I just started, my passion piece was on friendship. A passion piece is a 10-minute one-person show you do at the end of theater 3 about something you're passionate about. Now I was passionate about friendship. So basically over the summer, I read a whole bunch of like really sappy friendship books to try and find characters, and that just, like, didn't work out. So plan B, I realized, you know, I like tennis. I've been on, you know, I was on the varsity tennis team for sophomore and junior year, and I played it since, you know, I was in elementary school. And then I like theater. So what if I could like smash the two together to create a high-paced one-person show? So I remember people had said that Andre's autobiography was really cool. So I read it, and it was just a knockout. And so I think what I really connected with in his book was, you know, he had some of the themes in his life were making choices for yourself, like discovering who you are, because Andre, you know, part of Andre's struggle was discovering who he was and knowing what he wanted to do for himself. And so, like, thinking for yourself, doing things for yourself, and you know, finding out who you are, I think, and being true to who you are all really important to me. So you know, Andre was a good fit for me. That's why.
Two-part question. One, are you a tennis player?
Yes.
Okay, so this is that part of your I thought it was good. Two, how accurate a timeline are you? Like, you were talking about 97 when he was in the hospital. Are you on? I followed him for a while and was curious knowing some of the stuff.
Well, I tried to keep it at least within like the years. So like.
Because he got married in 97. Yet he was in the hospital.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was like it was in the late 90s. I know.
Okay.
And I think I think I looked up when he won his first U.S. Open after, like, you know, post, you know, coming back from the drugs and all that crazy stuff. So you know, and then I kind of just based the rest off of that. So like, you know, it's roughly, in terms of timing, it's roughly accurate to where.
He was really messed up at that point. I didn't realize that. Thank you.
That's
So, I don't know what to joke. One of the reasons I really like watching your show change in class every time you presented it, and one of the things that changed a lot was the type of drugs that
Oh my God.
Like, how did you decide to just like make it just cocaine, and why did you decide on that? Was that like what he actually used?
Okay, so what he actually used, Andre was addicted to crystal meth. So originally, disclosure, I know nothing about drugs. If you told me like a year ago that I was going to be the kid with the drugs in his show, I would have laughed in your face. So at first he was using meth, and I think, I can't even remember now if that's like snorted or injected, but I injected something, but it turns out that I remember now.
You injected it here.
Drink it!
Smart friends, and also my EMT who knows how drugs work.
The good kind of drugs, not the bad kind.
I changed it to. So I changed it basically to alcohol, basically because I know, like, you know, how drinking looks. That's basically how I made my choice. Yeah, so that was my treatment. Oh yeah, I was popping pills. The thing is, Margot, my EMT friend, told me that cocaine comes in pill form. So I was like, oh, that's good. I know how to take pills. And then I found out later, people were like, no, people who do cocaine don't actually like take the pills. They do it. They ingest it in other ways. But that's when I was just done. That's just kind of how that works.
Okay, so this is the last show today, but the shows that are going tomorrow, if you could please stand and let us know. Oh, never mind.
If you are driving a red Kia, you are parked in front of a school bus that needs to leave. If you are driving a red Kia, please, we won't judge you, but you really do have to move your car.